everybody, how do you do? How do you do, everybody, how do you do? Oh, you come to gym for fun and we'll get you on the...
Hi parents, my name's Simon. This is the Little Gym at Home, and this week with your little ones we're going to do some really super exciting skills. I hope you've been practicing all the ones you've learned so far, but we're going to get going straight away with our warm-up. The first thing you're going to need though is your little one. So if you want to go and grab them, and you're going to meet me down here on the mat. Okay, for our first skill, let's get down really low. Let's start with a bit of tummy time. So first off, we're going to have them on the floor. See if you can get in front of them, maybe bang on the floor with them. See if you can get their heads lift up. This is going to really work again on that spine strength. Lifting up their heads will really help for them to go forward. If you want to see if they can try and grab things, use some other things around you, see if you can get them to reach out for it for a little bit of hand-eye coordination as well. Now once you've had a go at that, you can get them up. The next progression step, see if you can do a little bit of weight bearing down through their legs, so a little bit of standing practice. Just hold them, give them plenty of time, be patient with them, allow them to just weight bear. If they're starting to dance around a bit, great, maybe you can do some assisted walking. Off Pikachu goes. Okay, now next one, some jumping. So jumping up and down. Give them time on that landing as well. Want to see if they can start to bend their knees, compressing and getting that bounce to come back up. Jumping's really complicated. It takes lots of different movements to get a good jump. So again, really super patient. Give them lots of encouragement. Get them, face them to you so you can get some nice eye contact. Hi, and down you go, bending those knees and back up. Hi, and back down. So lots of jumping. Okay, as we're down here, the next one we can do is a little wheelbarrow. So hands on the floor. Again, see if you can get them to weight bear through their arms. If you're struggling, use your finger, just push their chin up, and then you can lift them in the hips and just see if they can weight bear on their arms. If you need to provide them a little bit more support, just put your hand under their chest for that one. And that's our little wheelbarrow. So great for weight bearing down through their arms and helping produce nice strong bones. Okay, we're gonna get up, all the way up. So we're gonna start to do something for a different plane of motion, some dips and some dives. So again, just supporting them around the waist. Now we're getting lots of stimulation as they're now going up and down, both from a balance point of view, and also linked to balance is that eye motor control as well, which eventually is going to help them stabilize their eyes, which will help them read. So we're going to dip and dive. Okay, now if they're getting a little bit fed up by that one, maybe feeling a little bit sick, you can bring them in. You're going to hold them in almost into your solar plexus, this part of your body. See if you can get them to push through there with their legs and get them legs nice and straight. Now Pikachu doesn't have very long legs, but we're going to see if we can push those legs in, hold them under the chest. Again, this is a great one for working on that neck, really reaching that neck up as they go around. You can take them for a little walk around your living room. Let them see everything. If you've got a mirror in front of you anywhere, allow them to see right into that mirror as well, and that'll be really lovely. They'll really like that, and you'll get some nice giggles. So then come around. Oh, yeah, give them a different sort of view. We're going to switch them around. I'm going to put them on my shoulder, a little shoulder fireman's carry. Now again, working on that neck as they stretch up. I'm just supporting them around the core again, as you can see, and I can walk around with them. And they're getting another nice view, but rather than in front of me, now they're looking behind me. So that gives them another nice view, if you can see that. So I'm going to bring them back round to the front, give them a little cuddle, make sure they're all right for a second, give them a little sway. Again, any of these movements where we're moving them outside of their normal plane is great. Okay, the next one is going to be a little dive backwards. So we're going to come down, little upside down party, hi, and then back up. So again, just do a few of these, little upside down party if they're feeling comfortable, hi, and back down. Are you ready? One more, and upside down, and then all the way back up. Give them a nice big hug. Well done. Thank you very much. Hi, our first skill is going to actually be a 3-roll combo. So we're going to start off with a log roll, which you've done before if you've seen some of our other videos. We're then going to do a forward roll, and then we're going to finish off with a backward roll. Now I'm going to run through them a couple of times each, so if you can watch me, and then you can have a go at practicing yourself. So the first one is going to be the log roll. So I'm going to take Chewy here, who's my little helper today. I'm going to lie on my back. I give them a nice tight cuddle, and then as I roll, I take all the weight on my elbows and my knees, and I'm going to roll all the way back. Now with this one, you're going to control the speed, you can control the movement, and by taking them out of that plane of movement, just like some of the other skills we've done today, it really helps with their spatial orientation. Now, I'm going to show you that one again. This time you have a go with me. So, lying on my back, nice tight cuddle, going to roll all the way over on my elbows and my knees, roll all the way back. Now, if you've done this one correct, you will still have one whole baby. So, Chewy's looking good. We're going to move on to forward rolls. So the next one, you're going to start with Chewy, just like a little sack of potatoes, like a little rugby ball. And if you can remember, we sing the little song. So we're going to go hands high, touch the sky, hands down, touch the ground. Use our spare hand to tuck his head in, look at your tummy and roll. And then all the way back up. And if you can stand up, you can bring him all the way up to standing as well. So should we do that one again? So a little sack of potatoes, hands high, touch the sky, hands down, touch the ground, look at your tummy and roll. And then back up to your feet. So well done, Chewy. We're going to move on. And our final roll is going to be the backward roll. So this is a new one that you haven't tried before on these videos. So we're going to grab them in the feet. We're going to go toes to nose. And I've got one hand nice and up in the top shoulder pocket. Toes to nose. And on the third one, all the way over and back into this prone position. Hopefully you'll see your little one will bring their arms forward and they're in this little crawling piece just like that. Now we're going to try that one again. So back over, and you can do this one with me now. Grab them like you're changing their nappy with your hand, other hand in the shoulder pocket, toes to nose, and then all the way over into that crawling position, just like that. And then you can bring Chewy all the way back up. Okay, for our next skill, we're going to do some grip it activities. Now for these, you might need a stick, or if you haven't got a stick, you can find a wooden spoon or anything else that will double up for a stick for your little one to be able to grip onto. Now the reason why we're doing these grip it activities, one, it's great for their finger dexterity. We'll get all of our gross motor control. It should come down through our shoulders, down to our elbows, to our wrists, stabilize our wrists and into our fingers. And doing these kind of activities really helps both from our core, but also from a dexterity point of view. So the first one we're going to do, get your little one, get them on your lap in front of you, just hold the bar in front of their eyes. See if you can get them and stimulate to get those hands up, get them gripping onto the bar. If they're not quite doing it, you can just place your hands over theirs and you can start doing a little row your boat. Now Chewy is being a little inflexible right now, so I'm just going to bring him up. There we go. Row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Row your boat gently down the stream. And if you see a crocodile, don't forget to scream. And you go, ah! And you can add in all the crazy you want. Immerse yourself into this class. So that's the first little activity. Now, you'll notice there's also this little step here. If you do have one of those lying around your house, if you want to go and get that and bring that back as well, you can just pause us while you do that, and we'll get on with our next activity. So, the next one we're going to do is we're going to see if we can get them to go from lying and holding on to our little stick, and I'm going to use the spoon on this occasion, to sitting up. Again, getting Chewy just to sit up for me, up to their feet. And if they're standing on their feet and they can do that, you can just bring them up. You'll notice, again, my hands are over their heads just for a bit of safety, and you can lift them maybe 1 inch off the floor. Just let them hang there, and then back down, and then back all the way down to sitting, and then lying down. And just as they go down, what you'll notice is their head tends to be slightly bigger than the rest of the body at this stage, and so they can flop down, don't have as much control over their neck. So just lower them down carefully. You'll notice the head will go back, and then they're nice and safe on the floor. So now we've got our step here. We're going to turn ourselves around. We're going to sit Chewy on the step. Actually, I'm going to sit him around so you can see him like this in front of me. I'm going to sit him around like this. Again, you can use a stick or the spoon. I'll use the stick this time. We're going to hold Chewy up and we're going to see if he can drop forwards to his feet. Now this is a great one for hip flexors and also their core as they come down to their feet and standing and then back up and then boop, back down to their feet. So they're getting all of that sensory information coming through to their brain, starting to realize what's about to happen and actually being able to hold themselves up. So that's that little one there. Now, thank you, Chewy. All right, let's put you over there now. I'm going to switch him out because he's getting a bit tired. Let's get the Gruffalo in. So with the Gruffalo, what we're going to do now is we're going to lie them on their backs. Again, get our stick or our spoon, again, just above their eyes so they can start to see it. See if they can then reach out and grip it. And then we're going to gently just take them for a little drag, a little ride. And again, working on both their hands and their grip strength, but also their shoulder strength as we're pulling them gently around. And you'll see, obviously the Gruffalo's head's a little bit big on this one, but you'll see you'll probably just be able to get the bar just above their head. So as you're gently pulling them around, make sure again, your hands are over theirs and they're never pulling them around with just one arm. They've always got both hands on. That's really the safety consideration here. And you'll be doing great work for, as I say, their shoulders, through their elbows, through their wrists, down to their fingers for that dexterity as well. So have a go at these little activities. Welcome to our sensory zone. Today we're going to carry on with our theme to do with spatial orientation, and we're going to take our little ones and find all this kind of equipment around your house, whether it is towels and sticks, balls, bring that all over to here and we'll get started. So what we're going to be looking at is how we get them through 3 different movement planes. That is going to be in front of them, it's going to be over the top of them and underneath them. And that's how we're going to use all these pieces of equipment today. And we might have one special bonus one at the end if you watch it all the way through. So the first one then is we're going to get them into that prone position. It's a tummy time. And using the stretch rope, again, you can use a towel, is getting them to first look up, see if they can reach forward for it. That's our youngest age group. If they can crawl, you can take it and move it like a snake. So and get them to crawl after it. For little ones who are a little bit older, they can start by sitting up and then going into that crawling position and going after it. So that's our first little activity. Now, in the same way, you can use the sticks, you can tap in front of them, get them to look up, see if you can get them to grab those sticks, just as we did before. We've got balls that we can get and roll them in front of them, just like so, and get them to track those. And also, we've got the bells, and the bells are great. If you've got bells at home, that really tends to pique their interest, gets them to look up, get them to reach out and grab that bell. So any of those pieces of equipment are great for that first little activity. So that is everything in front of them. Now, we're going to see if we can go and get everything over the top of them. So we're going to start with the ball. So again, getting them to actually see the ball. If they can reach up and follow it, great. And then you can come and give them a little bit of proprioception, so squeezing on their tummy. So this is where they're starting to understand where their body parts are by you actually pressing on them. And it tends to make them really giggle. So give them a little squeeze with the ball, rolling it up and down over their different body parts as you go. And you can even say those body parts as you're rolling over. So you're going on your tummy, just like that. So that's the first one there. Again, see if they can reach out and grab that. As we move on, again, we've got a bell. This can be anything you can grab in your house that can make a little bit of a noise. You can tie it to a tea towel and you can just tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock in front of their eyes. And again, getting them to track it, see if they can reach out and grab it. And obviously the noise is the extra piece there. Again, with sticks, just again, like we did before in our previous activity, you can see if you can get it, again, just to reach up and bone. It's because it's a different type of material, different type of equipment, it means they have to feel for it slightly differently. So now we've gone with everything on top of them. So let's go with everything below them. So again, we've got a ball this time. Let's see if we can get them to reach out, see if they can grasp it, and maybe even pick the ball up. Don't worry if they can't pick it up at this stage. You can just see if they can get down, see if they can grasp it again. It's a little bit like the claw. Not quite getting it. And let's have another go. And not quite. And then this time, yay, we've got it. So those are those activities. So you've gone in front, you've gone on top and below. Now, The last little one, this little extra bonus one, is actually having them in a seated position, and you're going to see if you can go around. And what you might notice, especially with your little ones, is they'll start to track the ball around. If they start to turn as well, fantastic, but don't worry if they don't. But as soon as you start to get it out of sight, you'll probably lose them and they'll turn back to the start. For some of your older ones, as you start to come back round, what you'll notice is they'll turn, and if for some of the old ones, they'll even turn completely over in that rotation and be in tummy time ready for crawling. So have a go with the one that goes around as well and have some fun. Okay, we're now going to do our ball activity. So if you want to go off, find a ball in your house and come back and meet me here. We're going to sing a song, and it's all to do with bouncing the ball, and this is all to do with rhythm development. So rhythm and timing is crucial to this bit, and we'll see how you get on as well. So just join in. I'll sing it through first. You can try and sing it through with me the second time. So you ready? Here we go. My mum give me 50 pence to see the elephant jump the fence. It jumped so high, it reached the sky and didn't come down to the 4th of July. You ready? Woo! Whoa! Now, should we do that one again? Here we go. My mum gave me 50 pence to see the elephant jump the fence. It jumped so high, it touched the sky and it didn't come down to the 4th of July. How did you get on with that one? Right, now just to finish off, we're going to have some bubbles. And again, just with our spatial orientation, we're going to see lots of bubbles floating in all over the screen. If you don't have a bubble machine at home, don't worry, let them track the bubbles on the screen and we'll see how to get on. But actually, Chewy's done his bit now. We're going to move on and we're going to get the Gruffalo in. So you come along, sing along with me. This is all going to be about their body parts. Are you ready? So, there's a bubble on your nose, on your nose. There's a bubble on your nose, on your nose. There's a bubble on your nose. That's where the cold wind blows. There's a bubble on your nose, on your nose. Can you get it? See if you can get it with your nose. Okay, you ready? What about down here? What are these? There are bubbles on your toes, on your toes. Pop, pop, pop. There are bubbles on your toes, on your toes. You ready? Hi-ya! Hi-ya! There are bubbles on your toes, that's where your sockies go. There are bubbles on your toes, on your toes. Now, if you're the Gruffalo, you've also got spikes. There are bubbles on your spikes, on your spikes. Pop, pop, pop. There are bubbles on your spikes, on your spikes. Pop, pop, pop. There are bubbles on your spikes. Oh, yikes! Get them off quick! There are bubbles on your spikes, on your spikes. And then the last one, again, if you're a Gruffalo, you've got horns. There are bubbles on your horns, on your horns. Pop, pop, pop. There are bubbles on your horns, on your horns. Pop, pop, pop. There are bubbles on your horns. Let's go and give your mum a big cuddle and eat your sweet corn. There are bubbles on your horns, on your horns. Pop, pop, pop. Hi, now thanks very much. You've been watching Simon, and this is the little Jim at home.
It's time to say goodbye.